guys. All right, Tucson Airport. Tucson Airport. Just got off that bus. Coming to you. National Super. So to give you guys an update on the process, basically, you come from anywhere in the world, you walk across our border illegally, you turn yourself into Border Patrol. Border Patrol gives you a nice ride up to the Border Patrol processing station. You are processed within 24 hours, you are released, and you are brought to the airport to go anywhere you want in our country. Thanks to the open borders.
So those of
and Michael and hold hands. It's like a whole new world for me. Just walking and holding hands. Something like a whole new world for me.
to the fact that we need to play.
I walk with my husband Michael and hold hands. It's like a whole new world for me. Just walking and holding hands. Something that one of our fellow Americans for years could not do.
What kind of shit is that?
My distinguished guests, men and women of the finest military in the world. Most of all, Admiral Mullen, Deborah. Michael and I also want to acknowledge your son Jack, who's deployed today. All of you have performed extraordinary service to our country.
Hell no!
As you said, when Americans look around the Middle East today, they see one reliable, stable, faithful ally of the United States. And that's the democracy of Israel. America's done. Israel and the United States share common values that we defend common interests, that we face common enemies. Iran's leaders know that too. You know, for them, you're the great Satan, you're the little Satan. For them, we are you and you are us. And you know something, Mr. President? At least on this last point, I think they're right. We are you and you are us. We're together. So if there's one thing that stands out clearly in the Middle East today, it's that Israel and America stand together.
The whole Obama and Michael thing, not surprised by in the slightest, but the fact that Benjamin Netanyahu actually came out and mentioned him as Satan, or stated him as Satan rather, that's quite surprising, because I know a lot of people do believe that Obama is the Antichrist, and I know in the book of Revelations it does state that when it comes to the Antichrist, he won't be attracted to women. So, it could be.
How you doing? Welcome back to yet another episode with Mickey's. Thank you so much for clicking this video. If this is your first time here, welcome. Make sure to smash the subscribe button so that you don't miss out on any of these videos. And if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. And yeah, I do appreciate you guys so much for the love and the support. So without further ado, let's go straight to the video. That was literally not a bite, but a warning. Damn. Water is the space that we've always talked about. And I honestly don't know why they always try to break the firmament, because I don't understand what they expect to happen. But I just hope it's not breakable, if that's a word. That was so uncalled for.
If you know not what rituals are and why it is necessary to conduct rituals, then this video is for you. In order to comprehend the mystics behind rituals, one must first learn the process of brain development, and there is no book that teaches this phenomenon better than the Bible turned upside down, which then makes Moses the metaphor for the human brain, and Israelites the metaphor for the cells that make up the human body. The constant communication between Moses and Israelites is metaphoric for the constant communication between the human cells and the human brain in a bid to achieve the state of homeostasis. Every human brain is born empty and does not mature fully until the age of 24. Genesis talks about how in childhood, the cells of your body are indoctrinated in your family, the way Israelites were indoctrinated in Egypt, because your brain, Moses, is still young. Exodus talks about excess. In Luo, the word is wok, meaning to live. Exodus talks about your cells being saved from your familial indoctrination by your own brain, which is now ready to navigate the wilderness on its own, the way Moses was with Israelites. Levitical laws are the rituals of the wilderness that your brain must help your cells to follow in order to walk righteously in spirituality without falling back into old patterns or going back to misery. The ritual philosophy comes from the fact that every cell inside your body is constantly listening to you the same way Israelites listened to Moses, and adjusting themselves accordingly, depending on your level of vibration. Rituals are practices, dances, chants, or prayers that you perform with a specific intention of imprinting your thoughts into this reality by taking the time to transfer specific good information from your brain into your cells. Bells are natural summoners of cells. A ring or two before the commencement of any ritual ensures that your brain grabs the attention of all your cells, including the hidden dormant ones. The bell ensures that all cells in your body are present to receive the message, so you move in unison with no conflict within.
I mean, come to think of it, I've actually noticed that most Catholic churches and also Muslims, at a point, they hit a bell or they ring a bell. So yeah, that's it.
King. I mean, if you can hold it in your hand, you have power over that. The minute it's all digitized, somebody else is going to have control over that. And it's just a question of, are they going to let you live your life? Are they going to decide to do things that to circumvent what you want to do? And think about what we've already seen in Canada. You remember when the truckers were protesting the mandates, you know, they had banks. Some of the government seized, froze some of their banks. You had charities that were trying to help these guys, and that was frozen. So we've already seen government really overstep its bounds, as it is in the banking situation and financial sector that we have now. Can you imagine if we went to something like a central bank digital currency? So I'm glad that we're at the tip of the spear on this. I think it's really important that states stand up to fight back against some of the things that are going on, well, most of the things that are going on right now in Washington, because they don't have your best interests at heart. They have their own power at heart. They have their own agenda that they're looking to advance.
Bro, if I owned a cash-only business right now, I'd be concerned.
Glitch in the matrix.
Now you're the one recording. as we are watching the golden egg. How beautiful. Kabethi. Kabethi ye. Nĩũrona itumbĩ rĩrĩa? Ndĩrore wega kinya one kana rĩa sako. Ndĩ nĩakĩmenyerie. Nĩ unaona? It's beautiful. Pale continuous mama.
Sindadi naiona.
Very good. Tuone kama inaweza ishia tukiiona. Bado iradi faster yakimekaga right turn, right turn, right turn.
This is a very gorgeous sound. Even the lights keep pointing the rocks. As you can see.
To the road. Looks like a rainbow.
I'm making beer.
Okay.
Nida baba.
Ngoja iende chini.
Adi ishe.
Nikusikia?
Hapana mimi fine.
Haishekshek?
Eh.
What a beauty, what a beauty. As you can see, yore nere adie, ringo na tare ire ire. Dege me tie na todo kurashi ya mwene nyama. No yo ikuruta.
Let's talk about facts. Let's talk about facts. The facts is doctors have licenses to practice medicine. Nigga, that don't mean that they healers, motherfucker. What are you talking about? When a doctor gets that certification and takes that oath, okay, they are getting a license to practice, meaning they don't fully know, okay? So this is why they give you new shit, okay? You can go to any motherfucking hospital in any city right now and ask any doctor, what is in these pills you giving me? They're not gonna know. They're gonna have to go look that shit up their goddamn self. They prescribe the niggas prescriptions because they get paid, okay? Some shit hit their desk from the higher ups that say, nigga, if you sell 100 of these capsules, 100 of these, if you get off 100 of these prescriptions in this amount of time, we're gonna pay you. So they don't even know what the fuck they be giving. They don't know what the fuck be in them vaccines, nigga. The medical industry is a hustle, okay? So we dealing with people who think they know what they're prescribing you. And really they fucking you up versus somebody who knew what he was doing and was helping you. And so Dr. Sebi has no patience. You can't find one motherfucker who went to Dr. Sebi and had a side effect, had any kind of defect, had any kind of additional medical illnesses from his treatment. Everybody who went to Dr. Sebi all said they was healed and provided medical documentation to say they was healed.
Eat
Niggas
healthy,
go to the
yo.
doctor every day, vaccinate their kid, 60 days later the goddamn kid dead. Motherfuckers go to the goddamn doctor every day, get prescribed some goddamn headache medicine, fuck around, and now they got brain damage.
Hey, bro, listen, I'm gonna let you go back. I've been prescribed, this is back
General
when I
City.
had an injury, and they prescribed me some medicine.
That's
And
right.
I'm a natural nigga. You know, if I'm hurting, I might take that shit for a couple of days.
Right.
2-3 days to get that initial pain. Like I didn't have broke my hand and shit and this, that, and the third. Nigga, I tell you something. But I didn't have motherfucking doctors prescribe me some medicine. And I'ma always look at the side effect. Man, the side effect on the side of the goddamn bag is so goddamn long. And look, let me tell you, and I know niggas know this to be true. one of the side effects was the same shit that they prescribed the motherfucking medical to me for.
Come on, that's crazy as a motherfucker.
Man, do you hear what I'm doing? Looking down and shit. One of the goddamn side effects was the same fucking shit that they prescribed. Headaches and pain or whatever was one of the same goddamn side effects that the shit that they prescribed it for. I said, well, what the fuck do I need this shit for? You know what I'm saying? So in reality, exactly what you saying, dog. There ain't no, I wouldn't give a fuck if you got a goddamn license or not. When we talking about Western, man, I'm gonna let you go on into what, it's the goddamn doctors that's running Planned Parenthood. What the fuck is we talking about? The Tuskegee Simplest Experiment. It's them goddamn crackers with them goddamn licenses that use now I'm gonna get out of this and I'm gonna let you come right back. Go look up the sister, Harriet Washington. And she got some videos out, and she also got a book out called Medical Apartheid. Go check that shit out, and then come and talk to me about some fucking licenses and shit. They using our people for fucking guinea pigs.
Never mind.
Exactly. Go ahead, Pharaoh. This shit got me hot, dog.
Think about it like this too. We all been experimenting on. Look, I tell you let me know in the comments down below if you have something similar happen to you. But I was having like a stomach issue, and I was like, damn, it's burning in my stomach. Whoop, whoop, whoop. They is trying to give me some antacids and, oh, you need this, is this. Yo, the antacids, I took it for like 2 days. Then I started thinking about it. I seen Yaki Waken's videos, and I'm just like, I shouldn't be doing this. Boom, right? Because it wasn't working anyway.
Yaki.
And I started doing more research myself.
Big ups,
really
Yaki
like looking at my
Awakening.
symptoms and what was going on. And, I was seeing that I was kind of noticing what you can feel it in your body that I wasn't getting my proper vitamins. So I started to do even further research. And mind you, one of my paths in life, I was going to be a doctor because I love like helping and, making sure that everything is on the up and up. That would have been fulfilling for me, right? Being a healer. But now I'm healing minds. I started doing more research and I started to get myself on probiotics, started fixing everything, started eating a lot better and, being more conscious of processed foods and everything else like that. And I began to heal myself of the problem that I was having. But every doctor was just trying to do the same thing, pump me up with medicines, and the medicines do more damage than anything. Like you can get kidney failure and everything from a lot of the stuff that was on the labels that, from stuff that they wanted me to take. But let me know in the comments down below if you have any similar instances of stuff that they prescribe you. But it is what it is, man. Y'all go out here and do your own research. Don't believe nothing that you hearing that I say right now. I'm not a medical doctor, nothing like that. I'm not giving you medical advice or anything. I gotta say that because they be watching and they be trying to take you down. It is what it is, especially when it comes to that, because they make a lot of money from this. But rather than people get healthy, they'd rather get money off of you. And it's a messed up world that we live in, people. But let me know in the comments down below if you have any similar stories and let us know. Because like I said, when people go back and watch these videos, they will see exactly what we were talking about and how we were vibing and the information that we were sharing. Because this is very pivotal for everybody. Like I keep saying, tribe up.
Very, very pivotal. Very, very pivotal. Twagĩrĩirwo nĩ mũndũ akerora mũno agĩthiĩ thibitarĩ. Na akĩnyua ndawa icio ũkeũria mũno nĩkĩ marakũhe. Nonetheless, big ups, Dre LJ. You doing it big and doing the right thing.
That they never been anywhere. You've never been on a spaceship. You've never been on a secret mission. You've never been outside your state, country. You've never been on a boat. A lot of people just barely, you just go to work and go home, and then you'll tell somebody what the earth is. That should be blowing my mind sometimes. Go out here in the real world and see yourself.
The moon is empty. You can see on the new moon, you can see a ring.
And stop drinking sink water. It's calcifying your pineal glands.
And there's black, and you can see it's a hole. Clearly, it's a hole. You go through it.
The moon is not a piece of rock, but it is a plasma phenomenon, cosmic plasma. And that this fact will eventually be confirmed. I made certain predictions which were already confirmed in 1958. That the moon is a plasma, no man will ever land on it, the self-landing attempts will all fail.
But the Americans and Russians are thinking of landing men on it.
Well, that will never happen. Will never happen.
Oh, you're telling me there's no moon there?
There is. There is.
It's not it's not a solid object. Is that what? Is that? I mean,
Not solid as we know solid. It's a more attenuated transcendental material. Atoms can act differently when they're in a different dimension. It's transcendental. What you are seeing there is the dance of the gods, the moon, the sun. These are gods. They are gods. They are archangels. The Jews, they'll tell you in Kabbalah, they'll tell you the moon is Raphael, Mercury is Gabriel, etc. The sun is Michael.
Ndeli wana mudu kwa hiyo anadokita ni kuonalo na alina makoma mai kandi uyo kakuti niwote ni mugo mana mbemu de Nigeria kana degwe ni Nigeria ni kukuma gani na magoma todo kinyanjani ndemo chimio wale gani dorali haha niwe haha yoni ari dio horo wake arugati gitagwo Kagua Githae ndi muthondekani wa unduire na ndi mutaramu wa urimi uthomeire no practice te urimi thomeire uhoro wa urimi guku Kenya Egerton ngathi Australia ngathi US na ni thiete Europe Latin America na kungi kuingi ngiaria uhoro wigi urimi ndiraria ndi mutaramu wa urimi ngiaria uhoro wa afya ya andu ndiraria ndi mutaramu wa afya ya andu to ndi muthondekani hari uhoro uyu ukite wa GMO genetically modified foods bebe iji turathingiririo mbego icio turathingiririo ni cia gutumina ndirera andu aitu ni ngwenda maigwe igutumina na njira ithatu njira ya mbere ni ati tinjaga na miri itu ni igucenjia DNA kana mumbire uria tumbitwo naguo miri yage hinya twambiririe kuhurwo ni mirimu turaikaranagia nayo na twambiririe na guciara ciana irina mangu to ni igucenjia kinya githakame na kimbegu thakame-ini citu thina uria wakereirio turehera ni atiri ciahandwo migunda iria yahandwo icio mwahanda mutigicokia ringi no nginya mugirage kuri aria macithondekaga nigetha mathondeke mbeca na magie na faida iria mendaga ona tigo uguo gucigira kuria na ngarama ya gucigira ri ciambiriria gukura ciaruta mihiro na irige ciaruta kirwa ko ni mboco kana kiro kiu kioyo ni nyoni njuki kana ruhuho githie kuri mbembe irige citu kana mboco citu cia unduire mbembe icio na mboco icio citu cia unduire ciothe ni ciathira igutuika mimera itangicokio mbegu ringi uguo ni kuga atiri tukurirwo ni icira tumina twareherwo tondu iji twareherwo itingikora hata ina fertilizer ya turareherwo niyo nyene makanza cukari na gutengera thakame ukuramina andu aitu tondu ina chemical njuru itaumaga tiri-ini iguthie irio-ini iria turiaga na igathie mai-ini maria tunyuaga indo icio turareherwo ati igukura na ihenya itingikura itakuhurwo dawa cia kuraga igunyu dawa icio cia kuraga igunyu ni tuwi ni njuru muno imwe ciacio nicio irahe cancer iringi nicio irahe macukari maya turi namo na iringi nicio irahukia njuki citu ona ikahukia nyoni na ciumbe ingi cikara tuikaranagia nacio iteithagia mirimire-ini itu wa mwicho ni atiriri mbegu ici we utangionjorithania uturogera kuria ri na muguthondekeri ndumuwi ri na agithondeka no acenjio ria ngienda ri ni kuri technology njeru yukite eretwo DNA irathondekwo undu mumera ugwikirwo hinya waingira mwiri-ini waku ugakugarura kabisa kinya kimeciria kinya gikinga ya mwiri urari mundu ureciragia ta mundu nomo ukahana ta nyamu ukanyihia maica maku ukanyihia kinga yaku ya kimwiri na mwico no niguo magerekete muno ukamina hinya waku wa ciari ari mutimia ndangigianda agianda ndangikuwe kinya mieri kenda kauma ari mundurume akaga mbegu na akaga hinya wa guciarithania na mutumia wake to uria tubati gukorwo tugika nigetha tugie njiarwa na njiarwa ndirera andu aitu mubango wa GMO ni umwe no uria wa ukimwi ni umwe na wa Ebola nĩ ũmwena wa COVID-19 nĩ mĩbango ĩrĩa ĩbangĩtwo nĩ arĩa mendaga tũthire ya gũtũma tũthire kaimananu nĩgetha gũtigare andũ arĩa mendaga na arĩa mendaga nĩ athure andũ anini nĩgetha ũtonga ũyũ tũrĩ naguo Afrika na ũrĩa ũngĩ wa thĩ ũtigĩrwo arĩa marĩ kĩene. Ithuĩ arĩa twĩtagwo useless eaters, arĩa irio matarĩ kĩene, tũbatiĩ gũthira na hinya ũrĩa twahota, na tũrĩ gwĩkĩrĩrwo ũkimwi, tũreherwo Ebola, tũreherwo COVID-19, tũreherwo incurable TB, tũcoke tũreherwo irio tũkũrĩa igarũre mahinya ma mĩĩrĩ itũ rĩ, tũgatigara wa bahati. Ndĩrakaĩra andũ aitũ a bũrũri ũyũ witũ arĩa maigua rũthiomi rũrũ ndĩraria, ona marĩa atongoria aitũ marege GMO kainamanu, nĩ ũndũ nĩ ũgwati mũnene mũno wa gũtũmina, wa kũmina mbegũ iria tũrĩ nacio, na ona korwo nĩ cia kũheo irio nĩ ikũmina kinya mahiũ macio.
Na hihi kũrĩa nja wa bũrũri macihũthagĩra
thĩinĩ wa Europe mabũrũri maingĩ makĩria 80 harĩ 100 ma Europe ciothe nĩ ndege kuo, mothe nĩ ndege. Mangĩ ma Amerika tiga kũrĩa America state imwe na imwe andũ aingĩ a Amerika arĩa akuoku na moera kũrathi matiracitũmĩra, macokete mũbango-inĩ tũreta organic farming, organic foods, irio itarĩ na chemical, irio ciĩna mbegũ itarĩ ngarũrĩre.
Seeing how we are the first on the planet to experience things, we have an earlier understanding of taking advantage of the cave system and utilizing them for seeking refuge, running away from maybe animals and rainy seasons. Sometimes when you're migrating from point A to point B due to greener pastures, it's good to know where you can lay down, where there's accommodation and fresh water. So you see, so we are aware how the cave system works, but it's not our forte, okay? But we have used it as a fort during the Mau Mau period. As you can see in the Mount Kenya region, there's an elaborate cave system where the warriors used to use the cave system to survive and build up their energy to go and fight back. Because what's legal is not law. But you know, when you're dealing with people who play with words, fraudulent conveyance of language, something that they can be prosecuted and locked up for, being a con artist, playing with words and making people believe stuff, and building beliefs like religion. You see, the problem is really multi-edged. You don't even know where to approach this problem. You go to mention this, you got to mention this, you got to try to approach this, you got to hint to that. Before you get to the third, you're quite exhausted. The other thing, the European plays with our mindset because he does not provide the fiat for you to enter this game of UCC1, Uniform Commercial Code, you know? Because all these countries that are registered to their headquarters in the UN, they have all agreed to unify their commerce and put it in easy to access code book. So when you're dealing with them, anytime they're holding you hostage, pretending that you have violated this civil ordinance or this civil code, those are not laws. They're just codes and ordinances. And all they want is fiat. So they're living up to their Uniform Commercial Code. They want to exploit us for fiat gains, financial gains, you know? So, you know, we just need to educate ourselves in terms of what's really happening. But the system is rigged. The churches are on top of the game. But only like the Pope and a few others are in charge. The rest are just worker bees, you know? But the Pope is really playing the whole game on both sides. Yeah, he will make sure that your country is attacked so they can bring the demonic autocracy, aka democracy. Once they bring their demonic rule, then they don't have to attack your country. If you don't agree, they will demonize and villainize your leaders and attack your country, destroy what little you had developed. And then when you're beat to the ground through heavy propaganda and press propaganda, they bring the demonic rule, aka democracy, instead of multi-party. They don't want to do multi-party. They want demons to rule. And then it's difficult because, we don't even understand the concept of positivity and negativity, because somebody has decided to do anthropomorphic of these subjects. Like to pick up the sun and give it a face and a body and call it Jesus, that's anthropomorphic. You see? So to pick up the negative vibe and call it Satan or Lucifer, that's anthropomorphic. It's necessary at some extent to teach children so they can have a reference point. But it's unfortunate when you're 70, 80 years old and you're still reading from the children's book. And that's what they have done to us. Yeah, our books are kasukus. So all we are parrots. We repeat stuff that we don't have no valid, substantial facts regarding the subject. Traditionally, the original and authentic way to baptize yourself or to baptize oneself is to do it yourself. That way is a clean process. But if someone else is pouring this water on you, you cannot validate their cleanliness in terms of how they carry themselves, if they are worthy enough to do it for you. So once you have reached the age of majority and you have found yourself, you are employed to do these jobs yourself. Yeah. Ona igongona tondu ona riu riuma igongona riakwa na mwene magongona mothe mundu agirwo ni gukorwo ni woreikira. Should no one be doing it for you? Educate yourself, take care of yourself, and communicate with God yourself. There's no need for someone to sell you the idea that makes you handicapped in terms of communication, where there's a third party playing agent to tell God what you want. Yeah, but that's the job that they're given. Yeah, to distract and divert your efforts and your vision, so they can implant their programs and their visions. Modern education is one of those trashy processes of destroying children's future. How does it happen? How does it happen? It happens when you allow your child to go be programmed by someone else outside your supervision. That's how it happens. Yeah. But if you're responsible enough and you're taking care of your business, you do not only educate yourself, you bequeath that education to your children to aid in easier progress in their future. Not to mention money plays a huge role, since the person teaching is requiring fiat so they can do this, that, and the third that is required in nowadays transaction. Not to mention that there is other influences, like the person selling the book is no longer just selling the book. They're making sure that you buy the book through force, coercion, and intimidation. So they embed their needs into the governing bodies of the government. So, for example, if I'm selling a book, I should just wait for you to be interested in my book. But those who are selling books for children to pretend to be educated with, they don't wait for the parent or the teacher to prescribe to their book. Now, through their corruption of lying to us that they're going to take our children and go educate them, you're forced to sell what you had so you can acquire some fiat that you don't have. All technology belongs to us. All tech. Even the Bible is ours. The only thing is how he has presented it. But all those stories, the Exodus story, the parting of the Red Sea story, the Jesus story, all this is our Helios Biblios tech. It's our tech, our technology. So the only thing they did it is rape it and give it back to us as a tool for them to exploit us with. And so did Johnston Kamau say, aka Johnston Kenyatta, aka Jomo Kenyatta said. They came with this book and they asked us to close our eyes and pray. But when we opened our eyes, they had the farms. They took all the shambas and we were left with the book. So you can see how much we have been dumbed down to believe paper is money. That is not grounded to wealth. Wealth is shamba. Yeah, the shamba. The money that we have is not based on shamba and labor. It's based on some funny calculation. They sometimes call it easy quantification or some crap like that. Money, my own natural energy yields. That's money. But what we have is fiat, which is currency. And currency goes like this water with current. And sometimes you can dam this water like the way it's dammed right now. It's somehow stagnant with a little drip on the other side. So little progress will go on down the stream while we are holding their progress hostage. Same thing with the money. You try to get the money, it's being dammed inside the bank. And they're not giving you no loan so you can extend your capacity and build more wealth. They don't want you to build wealth. They want you to stay miserable and poor. You know, we already gave these people the capacity to build this fake fiat currency, but they still deny us the access to use and acquire this fiat currency. It is our birthright to have the means and the wherewithal to do this, that, and the third that makes our life better. That's how it was before. They came and implemented this dumb process where we have to play around with the paper, but they're incapable of balancing that mathematics. Yes, it's mind-boggling how you can have these kind of humongous pieces of stones. And to imagine that this is a little piece of rock. What they used in Egypt were huge chunks of rocks. At times you hear them ranging from 80 metric tons to sometimes 150, 180 metric tons. So there are things that you cannot lift with a modern day crane system and lifts. So it's impressive to imagine that we've been shut down from understanding how to use the power that lies beneath our skin, because we are very, very powerful. But now we are unable to access it and do those amazing lifts that we used to do. Seemingly, it seems like a simple job. Since they were capable to not only build a lot of pyramids in Africa, but to traverse to other areas and build the same kind of structures easily. It doesn't seem like it was a challenge. The only time the building pyramids looks like it was a challenge is areas where you cannot find rocks, so they had to use the mastaba process and build the step pyramid like the one in Olor, part of Khartoum. Yeah. the body itself is a very, very interesting vessel. Because, you know, even in this corrupted, misconstrued book, the Bible, they tell you that that your body is the temple that God is supposed to be dwelling in. It is a fact. God lives inside our body. Me speaking is not the person people know. The vibration that is communicating to you is God. So I am God. I am all law. I am the law here on earth. I'm the ruler. You cannot catch me. You cannot hold me hostage. Why? Because I am the spirit. So what is the body? The body is interesting. It's just the Range Rover, the Prado, the 4x4, the spirit is using to rove around this planet. So it's a nice spacesuit, you know, with the nanotechnology that is able to self-repair, self-replicate, and build up. Sometimes, you know, your nanotechnology might decide that your 50 billion cells want to kind of flex up and get big. Sometimes they just want to play lazy and get slender. So it's an amazing body, man, and it doesn't lose pressure like the suits that the European makes to go to space. So, you know, you can have somebody shoot you in the gut. You know, all they'll need to do is stitch you up. You see? Put more holes, stitching. It's an amazing body. It doesn't lose its cabin pressure because of certain injuries. It would drip some liquid, very valuable liquid. You know, our blood with the metal that is in it. It's very precious. Our blood is like the hard drive. It keeps all that information that is accumulated through growth and experiences through billions of years. All we're doing is passing it along. So at any time when you want to do something, all you have to do is access your archives. And the blood is holding all that information. And your heart is like it's like a hard drive reader. So the blood is going around the body and the heart is stopping it, not pumping it. You know, a lot of people done gone to these parochial Christian schools, Catholic schools, they believe that the heart is a pump. But the heart cannot be a pump. It's too small to do the job. You know, the veins that you have on your body, all those channels that require the blood to be pumped, is the equivalent of going around this planet maybe 2 or 3 times. Yeah, you know, I am, you know, the child in this planet, so I have to reflect that I do come here, so I'm coded. I am 70% liquid and 30% solid, just like this planet. You see? And then, you know, when you study the blood, you realize that it's a very, very thick material. It's not like water. You can't just pump it like that. It's holding on to the walls of those channels, the vessels, the 2 little veins it has to go through. Blood is so thick, it's like porridge. It's sticky material. It's carrying life and oxygen and metal and all sorts of other minerals that are required, and medicine to go fix areas that require repair. You see? So our blood is another subject that requires to be revisited, and the heart and how they're all working. You see? And the capillaries. The capillaries are what we're supposed to be working on. The capillaries are the ones which are pumping the blood around because they're everywhere in the body. You see? And most of us are kind of diverted from paying attention to those little things. But the devil is in the details, so you have to pay attention. The body that we are aware so far that it has about 50 billion cells. So these 50 billion cells, they are the foundation of your energizer, the 1.5 voltage that is the one cell, the one battery. Their one battery, what the manufacturer is trying to emulate or trying to replicate is your cells in the body. That's where they're forming their reason as to why they're building these batteries from 1.5 volt. Because the cells that we do have in our body, all 50 billion of them every one of them are 1.5 volt. So if we can find a way to get all 50 billion cells to be active and on and charged, 50 billion cells times 1.5. You just fly out of it. When you call that area, you see portal, I will be here to there. We're very, very conscious of what's happening in the universe, not just here on this planet or this solar system. So somehow we have been mutated or damaged to not have a clear communication with these cells. But they're all there, waiting for us to get with the program so we can use them. I wonder some people feel like they can fly or they can lift such heavy stuff. But, we don't have the proper foundation to access the power that we are having readily within ourselves. Because, God does not live in a weak body. So no wonder we have so much electricity going through our bodies. To the point where when you have static electricity, it can arc and you can see it. But the electricity in the house doesn't arc. Yeah, it requires some manipulation with a welding machine to arc it. And even then, you have to be really on the surface. The electricity we have, it jumps and arcs a distance, sometimes a half an inch to like an inch. Oh, we're very powerful. We are God, all of us. But some people don't put their little light to sleep. And they...
Tartarian machines, right? Technology still. Advanced technology of Tartarians. But they got all the tech.
For more than 40 years. So it's incredible now to have the DNA data that really shows us.
This might be the one y'all really gonna get mad over too, for real.
What this guy looked like. The hair, the eyes, the face, that combination of blue eyes and dark skin, really very striking, something we wouldn't have imagined. And to also get from the DNA, details of his biology, the fact that he couldn't digest milk as an adult. That's something that came really with the advent of farming. And 10,000 years ago, people in Britain didn't have that. And of course, it's very striking. For a 10,000-year-old human, our expectations a few years ago would have been that this individual would have had maybe dark hair, but fairly pale skin, possibly blue eyes. And what we've got is a quite unusual combination of this dark, slightly curly hair, really quite dark skin, and quite striking blue eyes.
1, 2, 3, come on!
Jokes on you. Jokes on you. Like I say, we skinfold, it don't matter, but man, y'all didn't believe that. Y'all don't want to believe that, man. A lot of people don't believe them black folks is over there in Europe too, man. That was the royals and stuff, man. Like I say, we go back to it, people like, how you that color, man? How you got them eyes and you black? You black, man. I never seen a black person with those type of eyes, man. You must not be from here. No, man, it's them great genes, man. Cause I got my baby girl, my baby daughter, man. She got blue eyes, man. Her mama got brown eyes. You know, just in my gene pool, we got people with blue eyes. Like my baby girl got sky blue eyes. And I have people on my mother's side who have sky blue eyes with jet black hair. That's the Indian, man. I keep telling y'all. Genetics, great genes. Let's get it.
Boys were black people from Kemet who brought advanced science to Europe and Spain. Astronomy, chemistry, paper, and classical music, and it's many more you can name. They taught Europeans how to properly wash. They was dirty and dying up in the Black Plague. This is not hate, this is just history. It was a big role the Moors had played. The Moors and the Europeans, they start having sex and then taught them everything. All of our shit, told them about boats and even America. The Moors is the reason Columbus came over. Some of the Moors is dirty as hell. I'm not talking about ones that was put in a spell. I'm talking about Knights Templar. Moors got a
That boy did that.
Book mining in Ethiopia. The cover, wooden board cover, you know, as you see. Everything is made at home. So, this is 15th century manuscripts. Sometimes, you know, it's amazing that, you know, people in the 15th century, where they are, you know, aware of color, all the saints, even the Virgin, is painted black, you know. Today, even today, we don't find such paintings in churches. In not always, you know, a bright color, not black color. So it has to be studied very, very well, you know, this type of documents. Look, even the evangelist. This is Matthew, you know, and the harag or the decorations. All this, you know.
You will not be able to claim asylum here. You will not be able to access the modern slavery system, and you will not be able to make spurious human rights claims. That is the right thing to do.
But I don't want to be in the modern slavery system. No fair.
I mean, to be totally frank, most every conspiracy theory that people had about Twitter turned out to be true. So, is there a conspiracy theory about Twitter that didn't turn out to be true? So far, they've all turned out to be true. And if not, more true than people thought.
I think someone should analyze all the conspiracy theories that came true, add it all up, and then show it to the world, because I reckon there'd be some amount of eyes opened if that was to happen.
There you go, America. Where are you from? ¿De dónde son? Venezuela. ¿Dónde vas en Estados Unidos? California. Where are you from? Africa? Africa. Where are you going? Columbus, Ohio? Ohio? Ohio, okay. Where are you from? Nepal. Where are you going? Baltimore. California? California? Senegal, where are you going? Baltimore? Senegal, where are you going? New York, okay. All men, guys, all men. Where are you from? ¿De dónde son? Guatemala. ¿A dónde vas en Estados Unidos? Los Angeles, okay. Where are you from? Senegal? What's up? Where are you from? Congo. Congo. Long ways, man. Where are you going? New York. Mauritania, where are you going? Mauritania, where are you going? Where are you going? New York? New York? New York, New York. ¿A dónde vas? New York. Huh? Alabama? Okay. Where are you from? Senegal? Where are you going? New York? New York. Where are you guys from?
Yes.
Where are you from? From Senegal. Senegal. Where are you going? Where are you going? New York? New York? Okay. ¿A dónde vas?